Fun facts about Dragon Knight from Dota 2 in less than 60 seconds. Dragon Knight was once human, and that changed when he made a deal with the legendary dragon Slyrak. It had grown old and frail and pleaded that the knight honor him with death in combat. With the dragon's death, it rewarded him by sending all its strength and centuries of wisdom to the knight, which sealed their bond, and Dragon Knight was born. In Dota, Dragon Knight's fun name was Trogdor, a character that first appeared in episode 58 of the Strong Bad Email, shown on the website homestarrunner.com. He also had an alternate name when he transforms with his ultimate in Dota, in which he is named Archonist. In the Lab, a VR game by Valve, there are some bendy soldiers who wield Dragon Knight's sword in the minigame Longshot. One of Davion's voice line during his Elder Dragon form,
Fly by night.
may be a reference to the unnamed dragon in the Old English poem Beowulf, who waited for night to attack a settlement, hence he was known as an Old Night Ravager. Follow for more. Fun facts about Snapfire from Dota 2 in less than 60 seconds. Snapfire's voice actress, Lorraine Newman, was a character in the 1993 movie Coneheads as Larta, which explains the responses to Darkseer as references to said movie.
You look mighty familiar, Pointy. We met before? There's something about the shape of your head. I can't put my finger on it.
On a number of Snapfire's voice lines, she has reference to a few titles.
Say hello to my little friend.
Is a reference to Tony Montana's line from the movie Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend.
This here's my boomstick.
Is a reference to Ash's line from Army of Darkness.
This is my boomstick!
Oh, give me a home where the wild wings roam.
Is a reference to the Western folk song Home on the Range.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam.
Follow for more. Fun facts about Drow Ranger from Dota 2 in more than 60 seconds. Drow Ranger's given name is Trasex, a name well suited to the short, trollish, rather repulsive Drow people. But Trasex herself is not a Drow. They adopted her when she was just a child after her parents were slain by bandits. And the Drow taught her their art as she is naturally adept to it. But as she grew, she noticed that she's different from her foster family, entirely devoid of warts and coarse whiskers, and came to think of herself as ugly. Estranged from them, she withdrew to live alone in the woods. Rumors begin to spread from travelers who find their way from the forest. A beautiful ranger who peered at them among the trees, then vanished like a dream before they could even approach. In Dota, the word Drow in her title are a sub-races of elves, which are dark elves who live underground in dungeons and dragons. They have dark skin and light hair, as well as the tendency to be chaotic evil. It's likely that the hero was given the title due to how she matched the D&D description. Trasex's original design was slightly different from the one now. Aside from the same hood, her white hair was not present. Her eyes were completely white. Her outfit was also slightly more revealing. This was changed with her March 2019 reskin. Her response,
I quiver with anticipation.
references a line in the Rocky Horror Picture Show,
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Follow for more. Fun facts about Shadow Fiend from Dota 2 in more than 60 seconds. Shadow Fiend is a mysterious entity and reveals that he collects souls for unknown reasons. And if you really want to know where he came from or where the stolen souls go, give your soul willingly as an addition to his collection, or just wait for Nevermore himself to come to you.
You're coming with me.
The name Nevermore likely refers to the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, which is the name of the Raven. This is also referenced in his bio. Shadow Fiend's alternative fun name in Dota was Yapets, a tribute to a professional Dota player who skillfully used Nevermore. Apart from popular demand by fans, Shadow Fiend's model rework may have also been done to adhere to certain countries' censorship laws, namely the Chinese client. His reload response,
Never say nevermore.
is in reference to the James Bond movie Never Say Never Again. His response,
Hans, vooraf, fuck, or mors, Lucifer.
meaning, I will never return to your pit, Lucifer, and
Hans, Moise.
meaning, I am yours no longer to Shadow Demon, shows that he actually served both of them at some point in time, making him appear as the weakest of the trio. Follow for more. Fun facts about GrimStroke from Dota 2 in more than 60 seconds. GrimStroke is an appointed new guardian of Ashkavoran, but that changes when he mixed a bile substance called Ichor in pursuit of great power in the sacred ink that will be used on the binding ritual. With an immeasurable cost, it almost consumed him, rendering him from moving or even scream. At the last of his strength, he was able to push it into the bond itself, but in exchange for the life of his people. As a result, his people, friends, family, and his loved one become terrifying shades comprised of viscid and tainted ink. GrimStroke's abilities have different names in the game files: Stroke of Fate, Dark Artistry, Phantom's Embrace, Ink Creature, Ink Swell, Spirit Walk, Soulbind, Soul Chain. On a number of GrimStroke's voice lines when killing a specific enemy,
More art than science.
when killing Alchemist is a reference to the common phrase, more of an art than the science, when referring to an activity or field that is not bound by clearly defined rules and is open to subjective interpretation.
At least you died with a smile on your face.
When killing Enchantress is a reference to the album of the label Bella Union.
Welcome to the real void.
When killing Faceless Void is perhaps a reference to the film Matrix.
Welcome to the real world.
Brush beats scythe.
When killing Necropos is a reference to the game Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Another self-styled king meets his end.
When killing Lich is perhaps a reference to the Lich King in the fantasy world Warcraft. Follow for more. Fun facts about Tusk from Dota 2 in more than 60 seconds. In Dota, Tusk's title is Tuskar. The Tuskar are a race of humanoid walruses in the Warcraft universe. Tusk's name, Ymir, might possibly be based from the Nordic folklore. Before 6.80, where Walrus Punch dealt a higher critical damage to targets below 50% max health, the floating text above the target would change. When landed on an enemy creep whose health was above 50%, the caption read Penguin Punch in small blue letters. When landed on an enemy hero whose health was above 50%, the caption read Polar Punch in medium blue letters. When landed on any enemy whose health was below 50%, it read Walrus Punch in large letters. On a number of Tusk's voice lines,
Could have been a contender.
is likely a reference to the quote from the movie On the Waterfront.
Could have been a contender.
My fight the money.
Is likely a reference to Balrog from Street Fighter, who says the same thing whenever he loses a round.
My fight money. Falcon Punch.
Is a reference to Captain Falcon's signature move in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, which has also become a popular internet meme. His response to missing a Walrus Punch
Well, there's your problem.
is likely a reference to Adam Savage from Mythbusters, who has made it a show catchphrase.
Now there's your problem.
Savage often jokes that the mustache of his co-host Jamie Hyneman makes him look like a walrus. In Tusk's lore, the Bristled Bruiser is Bristleback, who was ported to Dota 2 roughly a month after Tusk. Bristleback's lore makes mention of Tusk as well, and the two heroes share rival and ally lines with regards to this relationship. When meeting an ally Bristleback,
We should spar when this is over.
when killing an enemy Bristleback,
A rematch with me was a bad idea.
follow for more. Fun facts about Meepo from Dota 2 in more than 60 seconds. Meepo belongs to an unnamed race of beings and comes from a large family. Meepo has a gold tooth. According to the lore, Meepo lives in the Rift Shadow ruins, and it's unknown how Meepo is able to split himself, but there are hints that lead to two causes. He, as a result of said dark ritual in a place using a Rift Shadow crystal, survived and was able to use his ability freely at will. He found a Rift Shadow crystal, used it, and learned tricks to control this ability as his own. Meepo is named after the first Kobold players meet in the Sunless Citadel Dungeons & Dragons 3 adventure. Several of Meepo's lines reference the Scout from Team Fortress 2, another title by Valve.
I didn't mean to hurt you much.
Is referring to Scout's line,
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. No, wait, yeah, I did.
You suck.
is also a line used frequently by the Scout.
Oh, hey, you suck.
In his anger lines, and he's mumbling,
Kidding me.
another line frequently used by the Scout.
You have got to be kidding.
His death line
You punched out all of my blood.
is a quote from the Scout in the short film Meet the Sandwich.
He punched out all of my blood.
Follow for more. Fun facts about Sven from Dota 2 in more than 60 seconds. Sven is a bastard son where his father is a Vigil Knight while his mother is a Pallid Maranth. His father is executed because he violated a code in the Vigil Codex, and his mother died from her illness becoming an orphan. He hid his identity and joined the Vigil Knight faction, where he studied for 13 years, and on the day of his inswearing ceremony, he burned the Vigil Codex to get his revenge for his father. He also shattered the Sacred Helm and seized the Outcast Blade. Sven is named after Danish bodybuilder and actor Sven Ole Thorsen. In earlier versions of Dota, Sven had the fun name Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was
but a scratch.
And
'Twas only a flesh wound.
are references to the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
'Tis but a scratch, just a flesh wound.
Blame the host.
And
Mad host.
are references to the original Warcraft 3 Dota gameplay when game stability depended on the quality of internet connection on the host player. Stormhammer was named Stormbolt in the early beta phases and was renamed into Stormhammer at one point. It is also its original name in Dota and reflected in one of Sven's cast responses in Dota 2, where he refers to it as
Come on.
Rubik also has the same response when casting an acquired Stormhammer.
Strongbolt.
Follow for more.